So here we're at the dog fight. He's saying, like, you know, it's haram, it is bad, whatever people may think. I love it and I'm going to do it till the day I die. Because that's my addiction.
When you think of gambling, you think of Las Vegas and tacky slot machines. And when you think of Afghanistan, you think of its reputation for corruption, its never-ending wars, and the Taliban. But in spite of all this, the men of Kabul have found refuge in a world of quail-fighting parlors and dusty dog-fighting circles. We're going to explore this culture of illicit gambling and see how the men of Kabul thrive in a realm of sport that defies Islam.
We're going to Marshal Fahim's gardens, and this is really exciting. We just got a phone call saying that there might be a Buzkashi game on today. So we're on our way there now. Hopefully we can see the game and maybe talk to his spokesperson.
Buzkashi is a national sport of Afghanistan. It's a lot like polo, but instead of a ball, they play with a headless goat carcass. The sport is legal, but all the side betting that the crowds take part in is not. And since Afghanistan's vice president, Marshal Mohammed Fahim, was hosting the game at his estate, it was a bit tricky for us to get in.
میفهمم خب من که با شما بحثی ندارم منم میخوام بفهمم چی میخوای دیگه خبری بخیر نه گفتم 5 دقیقه صبر کنیم ببینیم چه گپایی شده من مطمئن شم. Alright, so we got in and then we got sent out again because today Mr. Fahim decided to show up to the game, and with Fahim they're not going to be allowing just anyone, especially a foreigner, a woman with a camera.
Kabul is the center of this gambling world, but since betting's illegal, reputation is very important. It was unlikely that they were going to allow an Iranian woman into the better circle, especially with a camera. So we had to find someone people trusted, an old-timer, Dardar.
We're in West Kabul right now. We're to meet Mr. Saman Dardar. He's an 80-year-old man who, back in the days, they called him the gangster because of all the fights he used to get into. He's a very, very hard man to get a hold of.
این مرا نشناختنی من دینی کرده که در افغانستان در دنیا نام دارم
بعد
امریکا، جرمن، ایتالیا، پولند، آلند، ترکیه، هر جایی که افغانه بگو صمد داردار میگه میشناسم.
So he was just angry that I didn't know him that well.
این چیزا رو ندارم. شمارا رو میبازم هر همین جا که من نباختم 60,000 افغانی. من 26 جوسه بندیخانه دارم. 110 جوسه ابتزال.
گفتن که تا حالا نتونستن شما رو بگیرن.
قمار نگرفتن.
آها در قمار نگرفتن.
در شاقو.
در
بدماشی.
با خدا این چیز رو در افغانستان خاطرهای بسیار خوشمزه. ما با بچه‌های پاشا میگشتم، با بچه‌های وزرا میگشتم. اون دوره بالکل یک آزادی مطلق بود. این شرایط جنگ که افغانستان تکه تکه شد. یا نمیخوایم که افغانستان آرام شود. ممالک خارجی هم دست میزنن، مسکو دست میزنن، چین دست میزنن، هم پاکستان دست میزنن. نمیخوایم که خاک ما پس آزاد و آباد شود. این دنیا هم نمیخواد.
Thursday morning, our first in, we get a phone call from Dardar. 8 a.m. there will be a quail fight 20 minutes outside of Kabul.
We're at Salahuddin Zalmai's cafe. It's away from all the craze of the city. They're very strict on the people they let in. They don't just let anyone in. During the Talib times, obviously this place was closed down and no one would come here.
تقریباً 100 سال میشه که اینجا گوده به مردم یک شوق کشانه.
The Taliban banned the sport, largely because the fights were community-driven and brought a wide spectrum of influential men together that could form alliances dangerous to the regime.
So, head of the circle is sitting there with the white bag in front of him. I'm trying to get people to put more birds out or, fight a bit because they're a bit reluctant in front of the camera. Everyone here pretty much has a bird with them. They usually fight for a couple hours. They sell them behind here in case you don't have one. So what they're doing right now is they go around and they start comparing the different quails to each other. So what they have to do is they have to get the same weight. And then once they pick, then they come out in the middle.
So how does a bird win? One quail has to push the other out of the ring, or in this case, close to the edge of the carpet. When a quail is pushed out of the ring or simply flees, it's game over. After the first couple rounds, the betting slowed down. The Taliban were known for targeting animal fights in gambling rings when they were in power. And even now, the bettors were nervous about being caught gambling on camera.
He won't fight, he said he has no money.
The owner noticed and told us to turn off our cameras.
Yeah, they want us to leave.
چای میخوره نه دیگه چای داده میتونم و خیر باشید.
I was just asking why they're not bringing their women to the fights. He's like, no, she has to stay at home. No.